Further with ICBC reporter Mike Maringa, who joins me now live from ICBC studios in Polokwane. Mike, good afternoon to you. Thank you so much for coming through. As we have just seen from the clip that you were able to speak to the funeral parlor. Talk to us about your conversation really and what you sort of read in between the lines with the lady from the Queens and Kings funeral parlor.
Good afternoon to you, Palesa, and good afternoon to our viewers. Indeed, correct, coming to you live from Polokwane. I must indicate that after seeing the video last night on social media, we are taken back by what we saw, and with the assistance of some of our former colleagues from other regions, they managed to trace back the car that was used to transport the coffin to that church. And this morning, we indeed went into the funeral parlor. We spoke to the acting director there, Vivian Bonda. She's a Zimbabwean national, who indicated to us that indeed the vehicle that we saw on the picture and that it's making a round on social media, it's from the Polokwane branch. King and Queens has got branches here in Limpopo. They've got branches, a branch in Johannesburg. They've got another one in Bulawayo. She indeed confirmed that the vehicle used was theirs, but it was not their funeral to attend to. The family of the man called Eddie, who we have seen on the video, came to hire the vehicle, indicating that they were experiencing challenges where they have stored the body and they would want to use their vehicle to transport the body for burial. And she indicated that they are distancing themselves from what they have seen on that video because it has got nothing to do with them. But the last part of your question was, what is the latest? We have also managed to trace where this man is currently staying. We can also confirm that he is a Zimbabwean national, and the woman who is said to be the girlfriend on the video is indeed the girlfriend. We spoke to the caretaker of the place where she is, where they are currently staying in Mamelodi at a place called Nalmafias. They are indicating that the couple left their place on Wednesday, and since then they have not made it back. And they were surprised to see the video, the visuals on social media, citing that the guy had died and he had been resurrected. But as the caretaker, they were not informed of the death, or nobody came to the house to collect their belongings. So they were taken aback. They don't know what is happening. And she also indicated that the community there, it's up in arms. They are anxiously waiting for them to come and explain what they have seen. And one other thing, Palesa, that we have seen on that video, there is a woman who is claiming to be the landlord of the deceased who was transported to the church. And we can confirm to you that where Eddie and the girlfriend are staying, the landlord is a male figure. It's not a woman, as purported on that video. So it looks like everything was fabricated. And one other thing that we also established is that when they borrowed the vehicle from King and Queens, they said they were going to collect the body at Black Phoenix Funerals, which is in Yeoville in Johannesburg. I made a contact with the owner of that funeral parlor. He indicated that they don't have records of Eddie. They never stored his body. So that we've got two funeral undertakers who are saying that they don't know anything about the man who is said to have been walking from those who have departed. So that's where we are now. The story will continue because the community is waiting for the two to come back and explain themselves.
But what are we reading in between the lines here, Mike? Is it safe really to say that the whole scene that we saw playing out at that particular church was just purely staged?
We can say without a doubt that it looks like the whole thing was staged, because when you hire a vehicle and you said you are going to a funeral B to collect the body, and funeral B is coming out to dismiss those allegations, it is clear that there is something missing in between. Because if the church was genuine, or if the family was genuine, they will come out and say this is what has transpired. Because at this stage, the two funeral undertakers are saying if the family of this man or the church is claiming that this man indeed died, they must come forward, they must produce documents. There should be a death certificate, because what we are told is that he died on Friday, He was in the morgue on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. He was taken for burial. And if you look at the procedures in South Africa, there is no way you can die on Friday and you have postmortem done, and you had everything arranged for burial 2 days after. So there is something missing. Someone is not telling the truth, and I believe at this stage it could be the church or the people who transported the corpse to the church, because the video in the also showed a man who is said to be the brother. We were trying to get hold of that man, but unfortunately we did not win, and also the couple as well, because they are from Zimbabwe. We're not sure if they are in the country or if they've left the country back to Zimbabwe. But it's something that we are still going to dig and check if these people are genuine and if what we are told is the truth.
Yeah, indeed. As you say, Mike, of course, this is a developing story. But were you able perhaps to solicit a comment from the church? Because we tried here in Johannesburg, the phones just rang unanswered.
Look, the story, we had two teams that was following the story. It was me from the Polokwane side, and we had another journalist in Joburg. Earlier on, the indication we got was that the church was ready to give us a comment. Our reporter went to the church, only to be told that the church is no longer willing to speak to the SABC, and we were not even allowed into the church premises. We don't know what triggered that, because at around 12 o'clock they had promised that they will call one of our reporters to arrange everything. We took it upon ourselves to visit the church, only to find that everything has changed. It looks like the church is suddenly not interested in talking to us. As the reason it was not finished, we don't know as to why exactly are they refusing to talk to us.
But I suppose we'll keep trying, Mike. Thank you so much, our reporter there, Mike Maringa, joining us from ICBC studios in Polokwane in Limpopo.